Alright, what's up everybody? We are on Season 3, Episode 10 of Attack on Titan. Actually getting pretty close here to the mid-season finale. I think after Episode 12 there will be kind of a split there where the second half starts. And I assume there's actually been some time in between for when both of those then originally aired or something, right? But yeah, I mean, 3 more episodes to go before we're basically there. Now, of course, last episode was quite action-packed. It was mostly about taking down Rod Rice, right? And there were a couple of interesting things being sort of, like delved into, I guess, still, where some of the motivations for Rod Rice still and the struggles that he had, like, they were interesting to me, and I wonder if they're still gonna get further into those. Maybe now that Historia saw those things or something. The main thing that we left on there was a scene between Levi and Kenny. Kenny did, like I speculated already before, make it out alive of the caves. He was the only sole survivor, I guess, of his crew. But there were some interesting scenes kind of being teased. There was, I think, a guy we saw, and he said, like, I'm sorry, I cannot die today or something. He said something like that. Then we saw a scene where I feel like that might have been a young Levi or something. I mean, it looked kind of like Levi, but it did not look like a Levi in a good state. Where I think it was kind of the way Kenny met Levi or something there. Could be it, right? Or maybe it was like somebody related to Levi. That's why he looks like him. I don't know. But I think it's Levi himself. Just very young and not really looking too healthy there in that scene. But not sure what that's about. And again, like that's, I guess, more the thing that we're going to delve into here, because there's still a lot of explaining they need to do regarding that backstory. Other than that, I mean, that's essentially where we are at. So I'm kind of expecting this particular episode is gonna be very focused there on Levi and Kenny and their whole story. Of course, the one thing that we also did end on, and I should definitely mention, Kenny had an injection, a vaccination ready there. No idea what type of crazy Titan he might be turning into or why that is. But again, all of that stuff I have no doubt we're going to be finding about. Hopefully, well, I always say I have no doubt, but I actually do have a lot of doubt, because usually when you expect stuff to happen in the next episode, it doesn't happen yet or something, right? I mean, that was how it was all the way at the beginning of the show, where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm excited to get into this basement in the next 2 episodes or something. And it's like, here we are on Season 3, Episode 10. 46 episodes into the show. We're still not there. We're gonna get there, hopefully now, finally. I mean, the teasing they're doing now, clearly we're getting there, right? But it's been a long wait. Nonetheless, yeah, that's basically where we are. Of course, the next 8 episodes are already up on Patreon. If you enjoy my reactions, you can support me there. Already watched all the way up until Season 3, Episode 18. Definitely go check that out. Full-length reactions are there. OVAs, some other cool little extra videos that I did. We have a Discord community, by the way. If you're watching the final season of Attack on Titan right now and you want some people to discuss it with, definitely join our Discord server there, where there's people talking about it. And I'm staying the hell away from that channel, by the way, but I'm still active in the regular channels there, though. And so, you can also talk to me about the show or something if you want to. But that being said, we're just going to get into this new episode, which I did not even look up what the name of it is. And I probably should, because it might give something away. It's called Friends. And I have no idea what that's actually about. Maybe that is actually supposed to be about Levi and Kenny then, because they were friends in the past, right? There was something there. I mean, they're also family, as we know. So we'll find out about that. Let's get into the episode, guys. Is this about Historia? Announcing the new queen or something? Or at least the new setup, I guess, that they have. The new ruling powers. Okay, I guess this is leading up to that scene that we saw. Definitely interesting how we keep going back to this younger version of Kenny. Oh, so this was a Titan he fought. Oh, is that the brother or what? Holy shit. So that's his arch rival.
であれば私に刃を向ける理由は彼自身にある。
Oh wow, I did not really expect we would still be getting into the Rai storyline.
許してくれよ。あんた本物の王様なんだろ。俺を逃がしてもう一度チャンスをくれよ。
圧倒的な強者を前にした俺は脆かった。なんせ文字通り握りつぶされるのは初めてだし。
So he had to talk his way out, I guess.
今思えば一族の恨みなんて大して感じてなかったのかもしれない。
Yeah, because he had his granddad literally just explain that about their families.
何の真似だ。赤マンなんだろう。こいつの記憶は消せない。殺すほかないのだ。
Ah, right. They can't do that to the Ackerman people. Still wonder what that's about with the bloodlines.
我々がアッカーマン一族にもたらした迫害の歴史を考えれば君の恨みはもっともだ。だが私は今死ぬわけにはいかない。
This guy, he really is kind of acting divine.
どうか許してくれ。
Wow.
あれほどの力を持った王が下船を相手に神戸を垂れ上がる。巨人にも度肝を抜かれたが、それ以上に自分の中の何かが大きく揺らいだのを感じた。俺はその場で力になりたいと伝え、ウーリはうなずいた。ちと情けねえ格好だったが、こうしてアッカーマン系の迫害は終わった。晴れて青空の下を歩けるようになったわけじゃねえが、敵は
Is this where he's gonna meet Levi now?
クシェル。
Yeah.
ああ、オランピアのことならだいぶ前に病気をもらっちまってから不利者になってやせん。
So this is his sister who is pregnant with Levi, probably. Holy shit, she looks rough. Is she dead already or what?
おいおいおい、なんか随分と痩せちまったな、クシェル。
死んでる。
Oh, damn.
お前は
Ah, so this is Levi or what?
生きてる方か。
So I guess she wasn't pregnant with Levi then, but
リヴァイ。
damn.
ただのリヴァイ。
I'm not gonna lie, he reminds me a little bit of Gollum the way he looks right now.
俺はケニー。ただのケニーだ。クシェルとは知り合いだった。よろしくな。こいつを見殺しにできるほど人を捨ててねえが、親に飼われるほどできた人間じゃねえ。俺が教えられることは多くねえが。
Well, actually, maybe this was
ナ
who
イフの握り方。
his sister was pregnant of,
それとご近所付き合い。
but he just went to go find her later.
ナイフの振り方。要はこの地下街で生き延びる術を教えたまでだ。
He learned everything from Kenny, I guess.
ここから出て地上に行きたきゃ勝手に行けばいい。ただし、その時はお前自身の力でな。
祈りましょう。世界の真の平和のために。
Yeah, we saw a scene here as well,
中央憲兵。
in that sort of montage.
あんたらがそうなのか。
なぜ王の元に下った。
俺はさあな、多分奴が一番強いからだ。力さえありゃいいんだよ。少なくとも妹みてえな最後を迎えることはねえだろうからな。
Is this where he left him?
私はもう長くない。
なもん誰だって見りゃわかるよ。化け物のくせに老いと病にはかなわねえと。てめえにはがっかりしたぜ。
So I guess he was actually really close.
あ
Yeah, with the brother
こ
of
の
Rod.
力は ロッドの子たちに引き継がれる。滅ぼし合うほかなかった我々を友人にしたものは一体何だ。暴力か。
I guess it was more like respect or...
ただお前にバカでかい腕でつまみ上げられなければ、俺はお前の頭にクソを詰め込んでただろうな。それこそ友人手荒になる前によ。
This is a very interesting relationship that they have, honestly.
大真実だ。あの時の奇跡を信じている。
Because they have such different personalities.
奴とは最後まで同じ気分にはなれなかったが。
Yeah, and he let Frida eat him.
奴の言う通り、化け物は受け継がれたらしい。目を見ればすぐに奴がいると分かった。ロッドの娘も人々の愛がどうしたとか、平和がどうのこうのとか、似たようなことをほざいている。どうしてお前はそんな暇なことを言ってられる？お前は力があって余裕があるからか。俺はケニー・アッカーマン。切り裂きケニーとかいうダセい呼ばれ方もしたな。よろしくな。
He always says nice to meet you.
兵団にいたこともねえ殺人鬼がお前らのボスだって言われてもよろしくねえだろうよ。
構いません。壁が破壊されて2年。巨人の相手は諦めて人間と残された領土をめぐり争い合う。
安心しろ。調査兵団の対抗組織なんて大義名分。俺が考えた建前に過ぎねえ。議会のクソどもをうなずかせるクソ用の方便だ。何のためかって？そりゃ全ては大いなる夢のためだ。神にも等しい力だ。それを手にした奴はみんな慈悲深くなっちまうらしい。こんなクソ野郎でもそうなっちまうのか。
Oh,
知りてえ。
what the
一体ど
hell?
んな気分なんだ。そこから一
Is
体
that why you wanted it?
俺のようなクズにも
Turn around.
本当にお前と対等な景色を見ることができるのか。
ケニー。
This is so complicated yet interesting, though. And also just like, yeah, we've known that their whole deal was this divine thing or something, but like seeing it kind of in action now and seeing how all these people behaved, very interesting to see. And how the daughter started preaching suddenly after she got the powers and stuff.
いや、ロッドのカバンから一つくすねといたやつだ。どうもこいつを撃って巨人になるらしいな。アホな巨人には。
Yeah, that's what, okay. That's what I was wondering about.
ひとまず
Just the regular one.
延命できるはずだ。
それを撃つ時間も体力も今よりかあったはずだ。
But he hasn't done it yet.
ちゃんと注射打たねえと。あいつみてえな出来損ないになっちまいそうだしな。
Oh, is that why he was abnormal or what? Because he literally like, he was licking up that stuff.
今なら奴のやったことわかる気がする。俺が見てきた奴らみんなそうだった。酒だったり女だったり神様だったりもする。力。みんな何かに酔っ払ってねえと出られなかったんだな。みんな何かの奴隷だった。
Everybody has their addictions.
あいつでさえも。
ケニー、知っていることをすべて話せ。初代王はなぜ人類の存続を望まない？
知らねえよ。
あんた、本当は母さんのなんだ？
バカがただの兄貴だ。
あの時。
It's interesting that he never knew that. What is he giving? Oh, is he giving him the injection? And he's just accepting his death? What a fascinating character he was, actually. Just in these 10 episodes, I loved... Because I'm assuming this is the end of him. And the last we'll see of him, but I love this arc. And Historia is actually queen now.
あの少女が壁のバイモール巨人を倒したって
父親の暴走を自らの手で沈められたのだ。
我が壁の真の王よ。
私が巨人にとどめを刺したことにしてください。そうすればこの壁の求心力となって情勢は固まるはずです。うわーどうだ、私は女王様だぞ。文句があれば。
お前らありがとうな。
Yo, does that look like the... That's literally what I was about to say. Does that look like the Armored Titan or what? Holy shit, we're seeing them again. Oh no.
兄ちゃん助けるのは後な。座標のダッシュを優先。当然だろ。
ここで待ってりゃあっちから来るんだし。
Is this Saganshina? What a fucking tease, man. Holy shit. Damn, things are really starting to get together here. I can't wait to see where this goes. What a tease there at the end, man. I mean, what can I really say about that? Just when you expect it the least, I guess, or when you feel like you've kind of moved on, there comes Reiner and Berthold back into play. I mean, I just saw that shot and I immediately was like, wait, that's the Armored Titan, isn't it? Yes, it was. And I guess it's actually kind of nice for a change now that we're seeing that they are working together with the Beast Titan and that guy on top of him, which I really feel like now that they removed the shine from his glasses there, that's supposed to just kind of confirm to us that this is Erwin's dad. I mean, it looks exactly like him, I'm pretty sure. I need to see a direct, like, side-to-side comparison, but I feel like that's him just with longer hair, obviously. It looks a little bit more wild, whatever you want to call it. His hair is longer. But nice knowing that they work together, because that actually limits the amount of possible factions we were dealing with and stuff, right, that I've been talking about. But can't wait to see where they go there. I mean, that's going to be... I feel like they're bringing this back into play now because this episode in itself very much seemed to have finally resolved the entire arc that's been the main thing so far of Season 3 between the Rice family, with Historia included there, and Rod Rice, and now the brother that we finally got to see a lot more of. Kenny, obviously, right, and Levi, and seeing what their whole deal was and their backstory. I feel like we've now finally gotten all the answers. And I always say we... You obviously all knew this already, but for me as a new viewer and stuff, this seems to have really sort of resolved everything, and like I now finally feel like I understand what's you know, what actually went on. And like, yeah, that's the thing about Kenny, and I said it during the episode, but fascinating character, man. And I love just it's kind of sad to me almost that really seems like his story has concluded here, right? And his story has been 10 episodes, but in that 10 episodes, he really managed to leave a lasting impression. Especially in this episode, I absolutely loved it. Yeah, so, you know, it's also, that's the other thing that I found so interesting, man. His relationship with that brother of Rod Rice, because they were two completely different people, right? I mean, Kenny was kind of a very... don't give a shit, you know, I don't really know how to call it or whatever. I mean, he's there clearly just acting in his self-interests, and yeah, and then here is this brother guy who is acting like a super I mean, again, like that's what I was also saying during the episode, but we've been hearing Rod Rice talk about it, like, oh yeah, this is supposed to be about being God, right? And doing the right thing, and this is, well, doing the right thing. I mean, it's more like they, for some reason, because the first king or whatever decided that this is what they are meant to do, is literally how he kind of worded it, right? And, you know, again, like we've been hearing him say those things and stuff, but seeing this brother guy here in this episode act it all out, and yeah, seeing him do all that preaching, and then Frida took over at some point, right? The powers were passed on to her, and then she's literally repeating that same thing, and so it passes on from generation to generation. I guess just, again, seeing it now on screen, more practically or whatever, made me realize that, like, okay, this really is something that they believe in. And again, I that's the one thing that I'd be curious about. Like, okay, yeah, but what's the deal there? Why did the first king, I guess, decide that or something? I assume we'll still at some point learn about that as well. Yeah, but again, also the amount of stuff that's being given to you, it can be confusing and overwhelming to kind of put it all together. But like I said, I feel like every question that I had has been generally answered now. Also with why Levi, for example, didn't realize that he was actually he was his uncle, which is something I speculated. I don't know if I speculated that in this intro or the previous one, but yeah, because Levi was the son of that sister of Kenny. Oh my god, this is getting complicated. But okay, he tracked down the sister and he didn't actually introduce himself to Levi with his last name there. Just like Levi didn't introduce himself with his last name. Levi always just says, I'm Levi. He never says, I'm Levi Ackerman or something. Well, actually, I forgot now if he always knew that he was Ackerman, but I think he did, right? Yeah. Nonetheless, so just a fascinating episode overall. And again, I especially love seeing how Kenny's storyline got concluded here. It was a fantastic almost tribute to him now in this last episode that really I feel like is gonna make him have a lasting impression, like I said. Yeah, well, you're still gonna be... I'm pretty sure there's gonna be quite the fan base for this character, I guess, in the show. I can see that. I'm assuming that this was indeed the last we've seen of him, which I'm pretty sure that is the case. One little interesting tidbit that he still mentioned there was how if he wouldn't inject the stuff right or something, he would turn into an abnormal Titan like Rod Rice had. And yeah, I feel like I'm onto something there, right? Where the reason why some Titans are then abnormal is because that the injections, I guess, were not done right or something. And we saw Rod Rice there. He was licking up that the stuff that was in there last time around. And that's why he turned into an abnormal, because he didn't consume that stuff in the correct way, I guess. So that solves the whole why are some Titans abnormal and why are some not. But obviously there's still plenty of stuff to get into. We have 2 episodes to go in this season. In this first half of the season now. After that, again, I think that there originally was a break. And so I know there's kind of a outro teaser there that I've been having people vote on Patreon on whether I should watch it or not. And there is conflicting stuff going on there where some people really feel very strongly that I should not watch it. But on the poll on Patreon, the majority said that they do want me to check it out. So I'm just going to be listening to what the people there are saying, and I'm going to be doing that. But most likely, at least. I mean, I haven't fully made my mind up. I always just do that on the spot, I guess. But I mean, again, I did a poll, and so the majority did say that. So I feel like that's what I'm going to do. But that being said, yeah, 2 more episodes to go. And we see now here how Reiner, Berthold, and the Beast Titan, they just seem to be waiting on Eren there, literally in the Zaganshina district. And that's, or a city or whatever. And that's what we know is like, yeah, that's where they're headed next. They want to seal up that wall and get to the basement. So waiting here is all they need to do, because I assume they know that, like, oh, Eren is going to get here eventually, right? So that's going to probably result in some pretty crazy clash or something. And so I assume that's kind of where they're going to leave off this first half, right? Is now they're going to be meeting back. And this is where, yeah, that's what I'm so excited for. All these facets that we've been exploring now are going to kind of start colliding and getting back together and stuff. Yeah, I still, that's the, I mean, we know that they are going to get back together. The guy here on top of the Beast Titan mentioned how, like, Annie is not really a priority yet, but I assume that Annie will get back at some point too. So how are they gonna do all of this stuff, and where is it gonna go? Yeah, I can only dream really what's gonna happen now. I'm just very excited for it, and can't wait to get going with the last 2 episodes of this first half then. But for now, of course, if you enjoy my reactions, you can already watch the next 8 episodes over on Patreon, linked on top of the description. You can watch all the way up until Season 3, Episode 18 over there. Full-length reactions, OVAs if you want to watch my reactions to those. Some other cool videos that I've done next to that, so go check that out. And then for now, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I very much look forward to seeing you back in the next one.